Winning Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to game number 2 in our best of 3 showdown here. Dota Pit China playoffs action. We are into the grand finals. The winner of this best of 3 will be advancing to the LAN finals to be held in January 2017. I'm LD. I'm joined here by Marlini, and my God, that game 1 was a thrashing, Ben. What's going to be different this time around?
Draft support, different support duo from IG. I think that is definitely for show. They couldn't punish the Shadow Fiend, and they lost their tri-lane. So you lose the entire bottom half of the map. Not a good sign.
Yeah, so I do want to mention IG was kind of like unsure of which side they wanted. They like quickly called out Radiant and then for Q, and then all of a sudden Boboka's like dire, swap back. So it seems like maybe the team is slightly in disarray after that game, a little bit unsure of how to approach and try to tackle this newbie squad.
Dipping 1 minute into reserve time for your first ban too.
Yeah, not great. And Newbee with the I love the way they respond with the insta-ban, just trying to pressure IG as much as possible in the draft. Same bans from Newbee. Again, the Tinker, the Lifestealer. Why fix it if it ain't broken, it seems. And now they go into the Sand King. So they, after beating the IG Sand King, are now going to show them how it's done.
Because you can put Sand King in multiple lanes. Sand King is a way better first pick than, like, let's say Axe. Axe was only picked because they picked Sand King.
Yeah. And they had second pick last time, so.
Yeah. Sand King you can run as a support if you have disadvantageous lanes. I think with Sand King you can, at first pick, you can like almost always win your lanes, which is like if they draft a melee carry, okay, you pressure herds offlane. If they draft a melee mid, okay, I'll pressure mid. If they have unfavorable matchups, you can try lane or you can run him as a support. He's like a very decent level 1 support, I would say. Not amazing, but still pretty good.
And IG are going to take a page out of the Newbee book here. They'll be also grabbing the Rubik as a Sand King counter. They get it first phase. And IG go for the Ursa. So this does give them something they can fight a little more effectively early on. Like last time they had the Morph lane and definitely a more up-tempo core here in the Ursa.
Yep. Stole the Rubik.
Definitely think that's what you need versus Newbee. Like they it's not that they don't pick any heroes who scale in the late game, but they definitely don't tend to play like the passive, avoid fights and just split push. They're gonna pick heroes that can brawl.
And the only concern about Rubik against Sand King is if you don't get your level 6 at a timely manner, because then you might like die a couple times before you're 6, and then Sand King will blink when you don't have anything, and then you might just be destroyed. Like that window when he had blink and Rubik was weak was so small last game, if there even was one. That's ideally what you want when you're playing against Rubik.
Well, Newbee, their turn to take a little time here.
They know that they have to play like like you don't go super greedy versus Ursa because you want to contest his Roche almost always at least the second one at the latest, but generally the first one you want to scout. You want to stop early, and you want ways to kite him. Sand King's already very good at kiting him. OD is one of the best, I would say, because Ursa's almost never pick up BKB until like 40-plus minutes. Usually if they want defensive, they go Scepter, so because they already have an Enrage. But if you're in a Rage and you get put under, you lose so much of your damage and survivability because of that.
And you can't use the Ags to get out of Astral, right? Because you're like off the map, so.
Yep.
Generally, if an Ursa goes for a defensive item, it's that over the BKB. So.
Yep, and versus OD, like even if you get BKB, you just put yourself under if bad things happen to you. So it's really tough to first pick Ursa. I think Ursa is decent, but like only after you know some of their cores. But even heroes like Shadow Demon kite him quite well.
So Newbee do ban out the Slardar here. Obviously, it would make Roshan like a 2-second endeavor, and also give them that aggressive initiator. IG, we'll see what they look towards. I imagine probably burning on the Ursa for the safe lane, but
they need a hero that can like pair well with the Ursa. Like they need a hero that can actually keep heroes in place. Notice like they ban all the heroes that can kite Ursa because they don't have the best catch.
So IG taking their time here with the third pick.
Yeah, I don't know what other heroes can make him stand still, though. Because Newbee also banned the heroes that prevent Ursa from getting kited because they keep him in place for a very long time. So What other heroes are there? Maybe I think they could go Mag, but I don't know. Mag doesn't really seem to be popular with any sort of team nowadays. Lion, I suppose, would always be pretty decent. But Lion Rubik as supports, not that much damage coming out from them. And it might be like a little bit slow to get to 6 and contest Roche. And their team fight might not be strong enough.
I would like Nyx here for IG.
Nyx would be good. Nyx I would actually like a lot. Maybe Beastmaster too. Nyx or Beast. Either or.
Yeah,
I guess you
don't
need
think
attack
they can
speed.
really fit both.
Yeah. Probably Nyx.
Beastmaster would give you a little more like split push oomph, but yeah, it doesn't really help the Ursa that much since he already has the overpower. Oh, IG. They're gonna hold on to that offlaner for now. They grab the Earth Spirit.
Earth Spirit's
so
nice.
They do get a really good silence against the Sand Cane, some long range roam, and the counter to the Ursa comes out after banning the Axe. Newbee, they'll grab the Dazzle, so you know normally as Ursa you just want to blow your combo, instantly KO a squishier target, but with that Grave, it's going to be very difficult to reliably find those kills, and IG unable to get their hands on the Axis means to deal with the Grave.
Dazzle also opens up illusion heroes if you want to go versus the Ursa. Like, I actually think like PL's pretty decent versus Ursa because he can't really do anything against them, and Ursa has very little AoE. And then Naga Siren also is an option versus the Ursa, also very good at kiting the Ursa.
The heal bomb illusions is also super dirty.
So Invictus get a lot of team fight, which is good too, because like if you're not strong enough to team fight, the other team will just 5-man around the pit and you can't approach them. With the Earth Spirit, they have like okay lockdowns for Ursa. The silence is amazing versus all 3 of their heroes, or I guess 2 when they picked it up, and yeah, and I would say it's a much better pick than the Lion that I suggested because he has way more AoE and team fight presence.
So IG did go into a Darkseer, a very heavy melee run-at-you lineup against the Sand King OD. Massive AoE, tons of anti-melee potential. Most likely we'll see that offlane Darkseer, maybe with a little help from the Earth Spirit. So the question is, what do Newbee do to punish him? We saw the Disruptor last game for IG, but I feel like it could work here for Newbee as well.
They can't deal with the Darkseer though. Like they would need a really strong tri-lane with the Disruptor to deal with the Darkseer. Like Dazzle's not very good at dealing with the Darkseer at all, and if they run Sync Cancel support, also not very good at dealing with the Darkseer.
Jug?
Hero, Jug's okay, but you generally want to support because if your carry has to fight the Darkseer, that means the Darkseer is getting experience, which is not good. You want to lose on level 1.
Any chance of IG running like an Ursa offensive tri-lane, or do you just think that's not possible with the Rubik?
It's
Ben
I don't
just
know.
threw up a little bit, guys.
I don't like it that much. I think like your kill potential like just seems really low, and Ursa really needs levels because you want max Fury swipes, or not max Fury, at least like level 3, I would say, before you attempt Roche. Maybe a 2-1-2-0, a 2-1-2-1 you could do as well. But like I think he just suffers too much in an aggro try because you have a really hard time pulling unless your lane is just like absolutely dominant.
So Newbee do opt to ban out the, or IG opt to ban out the Juggernaut. We saw U9 on that last game, and you know didn't really do anything particularly sensational, but certainly was a solid force. And you combine the healing ward with a Dazzle on Jakiro, and all of a sudden Newbee pushed real hard. So
And they can aggro with it, which IG showed that they were very weak against last game.
Invoker, the final ban for Newbee, looking to limit IG's pick-off potential around the map. They do have the Rubik set up here.
And it gives them a backup plan in case like Ursa doesn't get Roche. They have another hero they can rely on.
Well, team fight is going to be Newbee's this game. I think that's pretty safe to say.
Yeah, their lanes aren't the greatest though. I think they can actually, like this Darkseer is going to be the key to winning the lanes. And like Darkseer Earth Spirit I think can actually pressure whoever's in the safe lane. Because like Void does not do well against damage over time. And like their supports are just not particularly good at dealing with the Darkseer, at least very early on. So I think, yeah, they have superior team fight, but if they win the lanes they can proceed to get Roche and deal with the OD.
And they round it out with the Luna, so they get their objective taker. They do not have that strong defensive support, though. We generally see that with the Shadow Demon being by far the most popular to help out the Luna. Newbee definitely have good catch in the mid game, but obviously this pick is all about the early lanes and that early to mid game push.
Yeah, and Luna is not a hero that's ulti dependent either. She can do a lot of stuff or right clicks without her ultimate, and I think they're actually looking to fight like very, very often and fight in between Newbee's ultimate cooldowns. They have like super long ultimate cooldowns with Void and OD and Sand King, whereas IG they don't need Wall of Replica to fight. They don't need Eclipse to fight. If you have like Darkseer with an Ursa up in your face with the Ion Shell and Earth Spirit wreaking havoc with the boulders and the stuns, then they can crush even without their ultimates.
All right, we get underway with game number 2 in this best of 3 showdown. Dota Pit China Finals coming your way. We're going to see, I believe it's KP headed to the off lane here on the Sand King. I think the admin forgot to ticket the game, so some of these players we may be guessing. SCCC on the OD, headed towards mid. Is that Kaka on the Jakiro?
Likely Kaka, and then Faith.
Faith on the Dazzle, and that would leave U9 on the safe lane. Faces Void. We'll see if we can remember them as the game moves along. And over on the side of IG,
they're doing the same smoke as last game, except it's been popped. Dang, SCC.
He's ready.
Yep.
So they go for the jungle invade. It does get denied a bit. They still get into the woods. It's going to be burning on the Luna. Oh god, I'm actually just going to have to look up their roster because none of these.
Q, Boboka, XXS, and OP.
All right. Well, looks like Luna is headed.
I don't know if they want to aggro.
They're kind of. Oh, they do leave the Darkseer down there, so maybe not. But Luna's kind of hiding out in the neighborhood. Dude, it looks like they do want to aggro. So it's going to be Darkseer safe lane, laning 1v1 against the Sand King. Who gets the edge in that matchup?
I think it's a wash. Darkseer doesn't need to be close to the creeps, and Sand King has no way to deal with the Ion Shell. I think actually Darkseer has a one-up in the lane because he can push out the lane, and Sand King can't really push out the lane that well. Not against Ion Shell, at least.
No, that does leave Ursa mid against OD. Not the easiest range versus melee matchup, that is for sure. But generally with Ursa picks, we have seen them able to just like spam out the clap for last hits, and pretty difficult to harass early with the poor man shield and 6 armor. So we do see action on the top lane. Heal bomb comes through. Beautiful body blocking here by KP, looking for that first blood, and they are going to get it, bringing down the IG Darkseer. Very well executed there.
That was probably, I want to say, like a presumptuous play by the Darkseer. It happens a lot because you just do not expect 2 supports to be with the Sand King. Jakiro, Dazzle, and Sand King, if anything, you expect them to perhaps maybe tri-lane with a Void, just because it's more common, although both of those are uncommon tri-lane partners, where at least the Sand King is the farmer. So we probably just assume that no one else is in lane, and you skill up Ion Shell level 1, and then you die. But that, I can't really blame him for that.
Yeah, it's kind of a deceptive amount of kill potential they have with that heal bomb, and on top of that, excellent body blocking by KP. So they get the first blood here on double XS.
Dude, I thought the Darkseer was going to get way more, but he's actually getting nothing.
Yeah, it gives up the first blood. He is up against the dual lane. Originally was a full-on tri-lane, and now they're going to move the Dazzle down back to the bottom side of the map. Camp will be dewarded here by Faith, so should be able to start going for his pulls relatively soon. And meanwhile, the mid lane also going okay for Ursa, but that's in a dual lane. Still OD is farming.
He uses Astral. He's going to die here.
Oh boy, SCCC. All that MMR might not save you now. Decent body blocking. No Astral for a long time, and Ursa able to run him down with those bloody claws. So good pick off there, and yeah, definitely risky to be using your orb offensively when you don't know where the Earth Spirit is.
Yeah, but that's something that you just have to do. You'll lose out on way too much CS. I mean, he's definitely behind because of it, but if you never use Astral, you're going to be even further behind, I think.
Yeah, the other good news for IG here, they are farming quite well in birding, already 11 and 6, and often we see with the Luna picks, they can get pressured by certain compositions in the laning stage, but they are moving here onto the Darkseer. Goes for the deny. Looks like Jakiro. Kaka not wanting to engage just yet. Takes a little too much damage to the Iron Shell. And they're going to bring the Earth Spirit top, so IG moving around a lot in the lanes here, trying to find those openings for pickoffs.
Yeah, they're making good use of the Earth Spirit. They're like creating kill opportunities in the lanes. Like SCCC is not able to CS that well. He's like, I guess even with the Ursa right now. And then top lane, they're eyeing Jakiro. Hello. They walk right on top of each other.
And they walk right back away.
But Earth Spirit's at half now with no regen left. And Darkseer also does not have any regen to pull him. So if he rolls in, he's likely going to die. And it might be a good time to suicide in neutrals.
He's got something coming on the courier.
Yeah, he has some tingos.
Oh, he's got boots as well.
Oh yeah, he's actually pretty rich.
Yeah, he got the kill, I believe, earlier.
Yep.
On the OD, so definitely benefits a lot from that. Closes on level 3. And with that, it looks like Bobo Khan maybe can try to make a move here on the Sand Cane, but already Tranquil Boots picked up with the Mango, so plenty of regen to work with. They're going to banish here in the mid lane. Look for a little harassment on the Ursa. Fuzzy Wuzzy able to waltz away, but still taking decent pressure. But it's definitely a better start overall for IG. Only giving up the 1 kill and farming exceptionally well in the offlane Luna, so they have to be quite happy about this. As I say that, though, KP looking for the big plays top, but he won't find the Burrow Strike.
IG were supposed to win the lanes harder, though. I think similar to how Newbee were supposed to win the lanes last game, like it's a little worrisome that they're not way further ahead on the Darkseer. However, he's like not doing that great in CS. Only 14 CS on your Darkseer because like you want to counter their mass team fight with your mech, you know, your pipe, because pipe is amazing versus their lineup. And like without that sort of farm, the Darkseer, you're like quote-unquote weak heroes like Luna, like what's going to happen if she gets cloned in the team fight? You don't have the save like the SD that you mentioned that was lacking in the draft, and pretty much anything. No Grave, like just nothing. If you don't have a mech, especially, like she will just flop over and over.
Yeah, really the only save is like if potentially Darkseer counter-initiating and you get a good magnetize, but that's not necessarily going to prevent her from dying. Just maybe you can salvage the team fight from there.
And that will not happen if the Sand King gets Blink Dagger. And he's like well on his way. He's farming me up this tri-stack right now, and that's taking all of them.
Ouch.
Oh
then just
my
TP's
goodness.
out for scot-free. Gets back to the well. Free fountain trip for him. And the lane is going to push into the tower, but right around the time when he arrives with the Tranquil Boom move speed, even completing the Iron Talon now. So Sand Cane and full-on farm mode.
That's a disaster. He's already at he was at 1,000 gold when he TP'd back, and he's like not that far ahead in CS, but a lot of those were large neutral creeps. And they have eyes on the Rubik, who is trying to be sneaky in the mid lane, but he's right under Observer Ward.
Oh, hey, where are you going, Mr. Grand Magus? Not so grand now, are you? Gets slowed down by the dual breath. It will be a decent telekinesis stun, but not going to be enough to save him as the last hit goes the way of the Jakiro. Nice pickup there for Faith, and overall, Newbee looking in good shape. Oh, sorry, I mean Kaka.
This support duo is surprisingly strong because of the double slow with the poison touch and the dual breath.
And very durable between the Jakiro's like extremely high strength gain and then obviously all the saves of the Dazzle. So
2 heads makes them stronger.
yeah,
That mental fortitude.
I just miss my ogre twin head duo, man. The 4-head strat.
That was hard, dude. That was miserable to play against as a safe laner. Oh my goodness.
You could have like a Gyro and a Skywrath or something and like not even tickle them.
Okay, they have smoked up Earth Spirit and Rubik. They need to stop the Sand King's Blink. And
is he gonna go for a kill here? Yes, he is. Epicenter through Burrow. He's got to get those caustic procs off. He doesn't quite have the firepower. Maybe he could just TP out the Darkseer, but the Burrow Strike's gonna cool down. He jukes through the trees. That last caustic, not enough to kill him. And now the rotation comes in. KP looking for the big play. He got real close. He burrows out, and he won't make it. Lucent Beam finishes him off. But hey, it's a 3-hero rotation just to get that kill. That's free farm bottom for the Void, and Darkseer does have to run all the way home.
that was a nice attempt at a kill. I think he potentially could have Iron Talon the other creep and
he missed like what,
Right
one
clicked it?
caustic out
Yeah.
of 3?
he didn't hit the creep though. I think
Yeah.
maybe if Iron Talon it would have died to the epi, and he could have gotten a caustic off. But that would have been that's really hard to do in that amount of time.
He also, it was a bit unfortunate. I think he missed 1 or 2 pulses before he was able to get in range for the burrow, because it's only a level 3 burrow strike.
Yeah, and I don't think he was. Yeah, he had to be like outside of night vision range, but close enough to burrow in. So he is going to miss a pulse or 2.
I mean, overall, I almost would say it's a wash, just because Darkseer has to go all the way home and 3 heroes rotate just to save him.
Yeah,
Maybe a slight win.
I think
for IG.
it's a net worth. I think maybe even, but like you slow down his blink dagger timing, so that's a net win for IG. I think.
So U9 goes straight into the Vanguard for the Void. We've obviously seen Waga do this a lot, even committing to the Radiance usually. They're going to set up in the mid lane. They find that Ursa under the tower. He doesn't have his ult available. Already committed it to drive to dive S-triple-C, I should say. And well, that's a kill for the OD, who now Gloves of Haste up. Midas potentially under construction here. Definitely needs that gold, and they're going to make a move here on the bottom lane, but it's a Vanguard Void.
There's like no chance.
I don't really see them killing him.
Yeah. You'd have to.
Maybe if he time walks into them and they have their whole combo with Ursa there.
But can he just chrono run
Yeah,
away?
then he could still chrono if he wants to get out.
Yeah, he has way too much HP for them to burst. I don't actually know how they kill him. And then they have Grave later.
Yeah, I got a bait. And then they even have the OD save.
Yeah.
I guess ideally with this Void build, you hope to ignore him, but the thing is, like, you go, let's say, into treads, like maybe an Aquila or, you know, even towards the Radiance or Diffusal Manta. He hits pretty hard, even going for the Vanguard first.
Only one level 1 bash though, so
That's
you can
true.
you can ignore him for a little bit. And Ursa Fury swipes will still hurt him very much so if Ursa gets his levels. He's level 8 right now. He's went for phase into Windlace. No sign of a Morbid Mask yet, and I believe he's going to need that before he does Roche. And Darkseer still working towards that mech. It might be a little bit of a late one. They go on top. Sand King just barely nicks her.
Luna, what you gonna do when he comes for you? Not a whole lot. No defensive saves, 3 heroes, so obviously Eclipse won't be very useful. She just feeds.
I mean, she had no chance of getting out of that one. At least she dominated a creep before, and she has a range creep. She's going to cut the wave, it looks like, with that range creep, and this could save the tower on top.
Burning, making the hero plays.
That's a nice play from him.
Hanging on for dear life.
Yeah, they have to TP out. They actually cannot push this tower. I mean, Jakiro is going to try his best with level 3 Liquid Fire, but with no creeps and it's just 2 supports up here, that is going to be a lot of stalling for them. And Radiant has used Scan. They have seen at least one of the heroes there. Ursa does not have his his Morbid Mask, but they're going to have to get someone else to tank for him. This is one of the downsides of not having the Morbid Mask early.
And they're coming in hot here. They do have that Chronosphere available. He jumps into the pit already. Aegis has been grabbed and now Void. Will need to back away, but gets lifted into a Lucent Beam. Triple actually still time walks it off. Has the Chrono even after that. It's 4 heroes set up. Oh, my kingdom for an epicenter, says KP. But U9 will end up dropping the ult only for an Aegis, and now they may lose their Sand King as well on the way out. Can KP juke and jive and make it home safely? Tower going to start to go to work on him, and a Lucent Beam follow-up. He's in a lot of danger here, but on the backside of the fight, Rubik, having stolen the Shadow Wave, now tries to make it out safely down to the low ground, and a kick is going to end the Sand King's ambitions of escape as a Lucent Beam finishes him off, while on the other side of the fight, they do slay the Rubik. So it ends up being a 1-for-1, plus a Chronosphere committed, and they got that Aegis kill. But with the Roshan gold and the Aegis going IG's way, they're looking a lot healthier now.
They were so close to stealing that Aegis, however. Well, maybe half a second earlier on the Void going in, or on the Ice Path, they might have gotten it.
Yeah, or even just one extra lucky bash, you know, all of a sudden.
Yep.
Things are very different.
OD's not scared. He went for Midas. But he does have an Ursa right on top of him. Astral has been stolen.
Nice Ice Path there, and well, that stolen Astro does get used. He gets stunned. Can he make it out? No, and good timing there. Chain stunning with the Lucent Beam to secure the kill, and now looks like, where you going, Dazzle? Dazzle, indeed. He goes down, so another couple of successful kills for IG, and they repeatedly managing to kill off this Void who has the Vanguard, so gotta be happy. Or if not kill him, then certainly force him low and keep him out of the fight, so he's not really that invincible threat you would think. Almost died once in the first fight, dies here, and is basically running for dear life.
They don't have levels on Grave yet from the Dazzle, so that would certainly help out a little bit. And no blink on a Sand King, and the OD has Midas, but they have a decent amount of time before Ursa can attempt the second Roshan, and looks like Jakiro will get saved by Dazzle.
Oh, moving on to the Earth Spirit. They do have the Burrow Strike available. Heal on cooldown for a little bit longer. Good Boulder Smash, and then rolls back. Looks like he will make it out. The Heal Bomb not quite connecting, but the Poison Touch may kill him off. There's the the Banish. Trying to keep him alive a little bit longer. Looks like he will survive. But elsewhere, Newbee are trying to apply a bit of map pressure. They already lost their tier 1 bottom. Looks like they will counter with a tier 1 top.
Uh-oh, if they push this mid lane, though, they could fall prey to the Sand King and his Blink Dagger. They do have Night Vision on the Luna, but they don't have any wards behind the tower, so this could catch them by surprise depending on where the Sand King goes. Where does he choose to hide? Is it going to be... Ooh, I don't know if Luna caught a glimpse.
Oh,
Okay,
she did not, but now she has.
Now they definitely know. I thought he was going to hide and try and go for an epi there. That could have been devastating for Luna's livelihood. They have the mech, and looks like they will smoke. Are they going to try and make a play on the mid? This is a tough play to
Diving
make.
into this lineup is real bold.
It's because they don't have vision, and Newbee have already dropped a Sentry Ward behind, expecting them to have vision to make this play to take the T1.
And they might work out as they immediately jump onto the OD. Do manage to catch Ursa, but the vacuum wall comes through, kills that Outworld Devourer right off. Now the TP out from Dazzle on a frantic retreat for
Sand King
Newbee.
on the right side.
Looking for that epi. Blink is coming in. He's going to connect on 3. Follow-ups there. The Ice Pass comes through. 3 are going to fall as a trade. The tower does end up surviving at very least, but they lost the Ursa, they lost the Luna, and the Darkseer running for the hills. Chase continues. Burrows there. A timely bash could secure the kill. Macropyre coming through, and then gets the stun with the Ice Path. Time walk in again. There's the bash. The follow-up Caustic Slow, and make it for KP playing the hero.
Yeah, he was so patient on that Sand King. I saw him just sit there during the chrono. He just sat there, and then he sat there for a few more seconds afterwards, and then just lined up for the perfect epicenter as they all were in between the T1 and the T2. And his positioning was really good. I assumed that he would be on the left side, close to where his whole entire team was, but instead he was on the right side, right to the right of the T1, just hiding in this little pocket where the Iron Talon.
Yeah, ends up being a big pickoff, and now they have the deep wards down, but
Yeah,
already the damage is done.
Do you want those to be set up before you go for that push? It's really difficult to do so. You have to approach, I think, from a weirder angle. Like you might want one of the supports to sweep in from the south side of the sentry ward under the cover of smoke to place that ward, and then you go for a play. That's a little bit more common. But the way they did it was just like if they're somewhat expecting it, it's going to go very poorly because you don't see the Sand King. With the Observer Ward and them jumping him, maybe they could have. SECC is going to die. He's dead.
Yeah, he's astraled and now just going to melt to the Ursa's onslaught. IG
Yeah,
looking
Dazzle's
for
also
additional
dead.
chase here. They do have a Grave TP, but there's a lift to cancel it along with an Astral, and none of that's required anyway as Ursa blinks in. Just a couple of love taps, gets that kill too. So IG answering right back, and we have ourselves a pretty relatively even ball game, I should say. About 2k gold lead, 2k experience advantage. Not insurmountable by any means for IG.
The Rubik is doing a really good job despite dying a couple of times. He knows that stealing Astral is just one of the best spells for him to steal. Burrow Strike is also really good, but Astral is like also just very good, so they can set up on the Faceless Void. Also to disable the Blink on a Sand King.
Also, it's a
save the
counterplay
Luna.
to the Chrono something. We mentioned they're lacking a defensive support, but
Yep.
this is a pseudo solution to it.
I forgot about the Soul and Astral.
So, as far as like the next round of timing,
Burning, don't let your creep die. Oh my, well, he failed the pool.
You got so urgent. I was like, what's happening? It's a
Yo.
massive team fight brewing.
Gold is important for a Luna.
And Eternal Envy would not be pleased with the efficiency
It's
being
okay.
displayed here today.
He's re-dominating in creep, and it will. I think he'll be able to get another stack at 18. So, not a huge deal. And they'll get the tower. So, and then it ended up not being that big.
I thought you were gonna say It's okay. At least he didn't suicide to Roshan, but you're not in full Savage mode, Ben.
Ah, everyone's made worse plays than that.
Lord knows I have.
Yeah.
Mine just aren't streamed to 25,000 people.
His was just at a really inopportune. The impact of it was very good, but the play itself wasn't actually that bad. It was just the impact that was that large. So.
Well, and it's also just the combination of the play and the player who made it. Jackie Mao doesn't get many breaks.
Well, no one would expect that sort of play from anyone else. So.
It just adds to the mystique, you know.
And an illusion rune. I guess I don't know if illusions or DD is better for this. I guess DD is still better, but illusion's not bad at all. Second best rune.
Vernia's farming quite well here. Looks like Ursa did get picked off top. Sandcane Epicenter combined with an Ice Path. Macro Pyre was not needed. Diffusal Blade picked up here in the mid lane though. 2 bashes. Looks like 3, 4, 5, and well, Rubik's dead. That was a lot of bashes.
When he said combined with an Ice Path, I was like, a nice path or an Ice Path?
An Ice Path.
I like calling it nice path.
A nice path.
Yeah, and just combine the 2 words in one.
This Void's getting a lot of bashes today. The Purge comes out. Very nice pickup versus the Darkseer. And that Diffusal Blade also making life extremely difficult for Ursa, though we haven't seen them paired up in the fights. Again the bash, again the kills. 4 suddenly fall.
Uh-oh, I think Luna's might be dead too. He doesn't want to time walk in because then he'll just get Eclipse to the face, but I think he can actually tank the Eclipse to the face now.
Oh, Burrow comes in, and he does manage to get off the time dilation. Still has the time walk available, makes it out to the safety of the high ground, and the turnaround comes with the OD. Looking for the save, the Dazzle Grave first. Still the Astral does get committed there to slow down the Ursa. And the Fuzzy one looks to find his pick off. Turns back for the Jakiro, but it's into a 3-hero Ice Path. No Epicenter just yet, no Burrow striking available. God, they wanted to fight so bad after seeing that Ice Path, but they just didn't have much left in the tank, so they need to back out. Newbee on the retreat. IG giving chase, and they catch him again! A beautiful kick there by Messi, and we'll find a bit more.
Whew, that Force Staff almost saved him, but he like got pushed up like in the middle of the cliff, and then it ended up pushing him back down. So that was a little sad for them. And looks like IG with that buyback will go and take Roshan, and I don't believe they can contest over here. There is no Chronosphere up. They have 2 heroes still dead, but they still do have the Epicenter. Roshan's already dead by the time they'll get there. And they don't have a smoke, so they will get spotted out by the Observer Ward.
They do have a Force Staff. If he
It's
gets
too
bashed once or twice...
Nah, within ranges, no problem.
Yeah, it looks like he'll make it just fine.
Yeah, they were there way too quickly, and Newbee realized that just a little bit too late. The early Diffusal pickup I really like. It's not only nice versus the Surge, it's also, I think, takes away a lot of the damage from the Ursa while he's Ion Shell, and they're going out for a Smoke Blade right here, but they don't have any vision.
Oh, Time Walk's there. The Chrono manages to connect on 2, but it was stolen by the Rubik. Can he turn this one around? Burrow comes in, the bash is there again, and he gets the kill. Oh man, this Void is starting to look like Shadow in the TI5 Grand Finals. He's getting real out of hand with these bashes. Newbee find 2 more kills. They fight into the Aegis without fear. They don't manage to take away the Aegis, but they'll be very happy with those kills.
OD has died again.
Yeah, he's not having the easiest time. He's still farming, though. As the Midas, Hurricane Pike, he's still the most farmed hero in the game, despite the deaths. Already 4 to his name.
That Rubik was trying to make big plays there. He's like, I'm going to chrono these guys. Oh, I'm dead. he doesn't have a blink dagger.
Guys, I still chrono.
Yeah. There was
Well,
nothing really
at least I stole it.
Yeah.
I have that going for me.
All he could have chrono was the Faceless Void there, which does not do anything.
It used to. Man,
Yep.
how long has it been? Like 2 years now?
It's
3
been
years?
a long time.
So one of those little nuggets of forgotten Dota lore. Or mostly forgotten anyway.
I'll never forget LD. You
Really?
two will also never forget.
Well, Alzheimer's runs real strong in my family. I'm pretty sure. I think both my dad's parents had it, and at least one of my mom. So I probably will forget it, Ben. But hopefully, I'll enjoy a lot of quality Dota before it comes to that.
Early onset.
Blissful ignorance. Yeah, it's already setting in.
Oh,
man.
Luna. Oh no, she might farm this. Does she show? She does not. Okay, she's safe. That was close.
Yeah, It's tough for a Luna with only the 2 tier 2s up and no real defensive support to help her out.
Yep. But that's why you have to play smart and not die. And she's been doing a decent job of doing that. Stay with your team. If you expect the Sand King gank, don't go there. Farm safe places like the Ancient. Keep on stacking up because you know your team can protect you there.
Oh, cheeky little maneuver here by Boboka. Maneuvering through the tree line, but it doesn't look like he's going to have any sort of opening for the time being. IG on the siege. Newbee, very content to counter push. The Chrono is available now, but they just blew their macro pyre to shove this lane out.
And they don't push nearly as fast without the Luna Aura. However, they do have the Ursa Aegis, so they do want to fight if they can. I think next one you probably give the Aegis to Luna. I think she's going to be that big at that point where she's going to be much more valuable. And then Ursa will cheese because he should be harder to burst down.
What kind of a timer do you see for IG, Ben? Do you think they can take this late? Or
Yeah, they can take it late. Ursa plus Luna is fine.
Yeah.
But especially versus a carry void who went Vanguard first. It's gonna not scale as well as other builds.
Yeah.
But actually, he's fine. He has Manta almost.
For a Vanguard Void, he is very farmed,
Yeah,
especially
he is.
considering he skipped the Radiance.
And died.
Well, I say skipped, didn't go for the Radiance, I should say.
Radiant said it would. I'd actually be okay with. One of the problems though is like if the Darkseer vacuums and walls him, that burn will kind of own Newbee, especially because it's going to be a little bit difficult to kill with Vanguard. But not a huge deal regardless. They just need to make sure they control the Rubik in fights. Rubik doesn't have Blink Dagger, so he can easily die in a Sand King stun. He needs to be chronoed if possible, or just burst it down ASAP. And they're going to wrap around. Observer will see them.
Good clap off. That BKB's ready to go. Vacuum, beautiful combo. The server can't handle it either. And neither can Newbee as they get forced away. But they don't get the follow-up kills there. Man, it lagged at like the worst possible time to see what happened. I'm not sure if they missed a boulder smash there or if they just were too far away.
I think our Spirit uses... he used at least one spell on Dazzle. I don't know about the boulder smash. But yeah, that was a very nice Darkseer combo. But Newbee are lucky that they had the Observer Ward up there, or rather well prepared. And if they didn't have that, they could have lost way more.
I'm very impressed by how much we're seeing this Chikiro farm already. Up to 6k gold. He's basically the net worth of both enemy supports combined.
Yeah, I thought that it was always OD using his Force Staff, but I did not see the Force Staff already in the Chikiro. One of the best items versus like the Ursa, especially with the BKB this early.
They already have 3, and they have a Diffusal Blade. This lineup is itemizing very well to shut down Ursa.
But at the same time, the Ursa, like he didn't go for a Scepter, so he's itemizing fairly well too. Like the Scepter, I think would have been pretty useless here. The BKB is much better, although he can still get chronoed, but it's still not bad. He's not going to die in chrono, at least, with the BKB. And now a Basher online too for Ursa.
Yeah, snowballing just enough that Newbee can't rest easy.
Yep, and all they need is like one Lucky Bash on the Faceless Void or a long duration silence on from the Earth Spirit. He does have level 3 Boulder or level 3 Geomagnetic Grip right now, so they can easily kill this Void from full HP with a Bash. I guess they need a Bash once he gets his Mentor, but I don't see it quite yet.
Yeah, looks like U9 just continue to farm up his woods, and Newbee definitely not in any hurry here. No Aegis up any longer for IG, and about 2 minutes until it could become available, but they get a pretty big item of their own now. BKB for the OD, so the only way you're really killing him is a very timely Bash.
Vacuum Wall Stun could also kill him. Like he's going to be put in critical HP and he can't fight. Either is enough for them to win the team fight. So Newbee smoking at around 5.5 minutes post Roche death. 6 minutes.
Luna, she's so far out, and there's just no save when they catch her. Ice Path comes through the Chronosphere. Not even being committed, they'll just muscle that Luna down for free, and they still have the full team fight combination as they surge through mid. No split push coming any longer. The waves are being shoved in, but it's purely creep momentum.
And all it takes
getting
is
them closer to the Radiant base.
it's just one bad positioning like that from the Luna, and it just ruins all your momentum.
With other lineups, you know, with that defensive support, like potentially you can get away with that type of play, but there's no plan B if you get caught against Newbee right now.
And they're doing the slow siege with the Jakiro up in front, and with that, there's really no opportunity for a vacuum wall play.
I mean, do you really want to go on the 4-position Jakiro when they've got this massive AoE lineup behind him?
I think you can threaten him with the Ursa. Like, if you get a bash, he might just flat out die if he's facing the wrong way and can't get 4-stepped out.
Well, he scoots himself back.
That's an unexpected smoke timing from Newbee, though, because right now, like 28 minutes in, you're generally a little bit limited on the smokes, so you normally expect it right before the Roche, but it came at 6.5 minutes past, so I think that's why Burning felt that he was safe farming right next to his T2, is because now they might not have a smoke up for this Roshan, which has not spawned yet, but could have spawned right at the moment, and IG will commit hard for this as they pick up the gem on the Earth Spirit. And if they lose this fight and lose the Aegis and lose the Cheese and lose the gem, that could be game. But at the same time, it is a risky play that could pay off if Newbee don't have vision in the area, especially because it's nighttime for the next 3 minutes.
Newbee locked in it here with IG. They do lead the series 1-0. It is a best of 3. The winning team will go to Dota Pit in Eastern Europe to be held beginning of next year. So one of a few major events heading into the Spring Major, which happy to see Valve did announce quite far in advance this time around.
Well played.
Good stuff from them.
I'd spam that on my chat wheel if I could.
Without spoiling anything too directly, I will say like there was a bit of a feeding frenzy in the organizer chat to lock in dates as soon as Valve announced it. So it looks like we're going to have a lot of lands heading towards TI, which is great news for everyone, I think.
So HRD creep has been taken down, and both teams have observer wards inside the pit. Looks like Newbee may want to control this T2 tower before they go for the Roshan themselves, but they don't have a gem, nor do they have many sentry wards, so looks like IG will retain vision over that pit. And is anyone going to be hiding on that side area?
Oh, that commitment, trying to kill off the Jakiro, but he does get protected by the OD, and then the Chrono comes out, isolating the Luna. There's no save for this. Didn't get off the BKB. Burning's going to melt the stolen Chrono. Well, it comes out and it holds the Sand King in position, as well as the OD, while BKB'd. Pretty good stuff, but they still lost 2, including their Luna. They get the counter kill on the Sand King, and basically all of the big ults were committed here. So if they don't get more, they could be in trouble, but Ursa gets dealt with. The Diffusal Blade locking him in place. The Bash is stacking up. 3 for 1 with both carries down. IG cannot be happy about that.
And as you mentioned, you really want to go on the position for Jakiro. You got Astroled and then 4-stepped out, and then they're trading that for Ursa's BKB. And then after that, like, he doesn't really want to go in, but Luna got caught in a Chronosphere without her BKB up, and you're committed to that fight at that point. Excellent. I wouldn't say overkill on the Epicenter. You really want to secure that kill during the Chronosphere onto the Luna. So I think like using double ultimates, even triple with the Macropyre is well worth ensuring that kill. Like if she dies and like even if she buys back, like it's still going to be way too devastating a fight. But IG look like they perhaps want to contest this.
I mean, it's a great time to do it. They've used all their ultimates, at least all the big ones, but Newbee, they see the buyback and they just waltz away. So it looks like IG might be able to get the Roshan now.
I don't think they want to leave the pit. Their BKB is coming off cooldown for the OD. Chronosphere is up in 40 seconds. However, the Earth Spirit dropped his gem in base because he was afraid he was going to lose it.
Oh, Ursa just in the middle of the pit for now. The backup comes looking for the vacuum onto the high ground. Doesn't get it, but the Eclipse raining down. It's not enough damage to kill anybody off. OD, BKB to running for the hills. Dazzle graves himself. The other heroes spread that damage. The clap comes through, but the Banish also counterplaying it beautifully. They kill up the illusions, and all of a sudden Ursa, he gets purged, and he's going to die again. This bear is not a threat. He is being dealt with easily as Newbee find 2 more kills. They do this without the Chronosphere, without the Epi, which is now available, nor did they have the OD ultimate. Can they steal the Aegis, though? That would be the huge play. Looking with the wall getting dropped, maybe for a vacuum. It's still on cooldown, though, and the Aegis grabbed by SCCC along with the Roshan kill. He then searches for the next kill. Ice Path stacked up with the Astral Imprisonment, almost helping out the Luna a little bit, but then the Chrono zoning her team out and securing the kill and a GG. Yeah. IG spanked by Newbee. An easy 2-0 for them, showing that this team was one of the squads that definitely deserved their invites directly to the major.
Newbee's team fight was just so strong. Like, OD died a lot, but the 4-staff saves, the Astral saves, the Grave saves, like everything just made the Ursa's life living hell as they went in for that Roshan. And it was a risky play, and I would have liked to see them commit the gem to that fight too, because maybe if they had a little bit less vision, then Newbee wouldn't have actually been able to contest inside the pit. But you know, they kind of went all in for that. I really like the THD though. The THD worked out really well. Even at the end, he ice pathed right on top of the Roche as Roshan was about to die, so they couldn't even go in for an Aegis steal. Like they didn't really attempt it, but like they still covered all their tracks, and you could tell that it was almost no chance except a really botched team fight with the way they were playing seemed next to impossible.
Yeah, it just fit in really well. It gave them tons of damage inside the Chrono. Normally one of his weaknesses as a support is he's not the best setup, but they had Sand King for that, they had Void for that, so they didn't need to rely on him to catch. And it also gave them Tower Siege, which they were lacking. So clever drafting here from Newbee and even better execution. And this team will be going to the Dota Pit LAN. Definitely a threat at any event they go to, really, to, if not take the whole thing, at least finish top 3. So they're looking strong, Ben.
Yeah, a better game from IG, though, for sure. But it seems like their solo lane just needs a little bit of work and not dying as much. Like the Darkseer got punished a little bit too heavily.
I think the other thing is the Ursa just being picked so early just gave Newbee so much time to counter.
That was really rough. Like if I were on a team, I would never ask to get Ursa first picks. Like
they triple 4-staff to Fusel Blade, and like all those heroes just have so much control to deal with them.
I think you could do it if like they first pick Alchemist or something like that. But if you first pick a Sand King, there is very little reason to first pick an Ursa and think you can get away with it. I mean, I appreciate the boldness from them, but Newbee are clever enough to draft their way out of that one.
Well, the bear doesn't get his honey, but Newbee do get their victory, guys. Congratulations to them. They are going to the LAN. That's going to wrap it up for the China qualifier. But coming back tomorrow, we will be turning our attention to America, where we will have, let me just double check this, Complexity taking on Freedom and EG taking on NP. I believe the Complexity versus Freedom match is the lower bracket match. Not 100% sure, but we'll double check that for you guys. But then on the 4th, the following day, we'll have the lower bracket and the grand finals, which will be a straight best of 5. Winner of that will go to LAN as well. So pretty stacked qualifiers across a lot of these regions. Guys, he's Merlini. You can follow him at Merlini Dota, myself at LD Dota, and of course, be sure to follow Dota Pit on Twitter to stay tuned to all the latest news about their event. That's it from us. We'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. PDT. I'm not even going to try to do the time zone conversions. That's what Google is for, because my brain is hurting at this hour of the night with very little sleep. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time for more Dota Pit action.
E-gaming bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans.
Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match.
Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.